Good morning. I'm Dr. Sudhir Sastry, working as a professor at Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. So today, in this equipment, so in front of this loading buckling equipment, so this by using this equipment, we can find out what is the buckling load and crippling load of the column, or otherwise we can find out because of the load application, axial load application, how the column is buckling. We can find out. First of all, what is columns and beams? So we know that columns are any structural member subjected to axial loads. So these columns are sharp columns and long columns. So the sharp columns will be crushing will take place if you apply the axial loads, and long columns buckling will take place will apply the axial loads. So here, how to find out and how to apply the loads? To apply that loads and to find out the deflection, this equipment is there here. So this one is called loading and buckling of struts and columns. So here see, so this one is one wheel is there here and attached here. So this wheel, if you rotate like that, what will happen? This one here screw here arrangement is there. So based on this screw arrangement here, so this member it will move towards this direction. So it means forcefully if you apply forcefully this one, it will move towards this direction. Suppose if it is moving towards this direction, if you fix one column or any member, and then this load will act on this member. When so this load in another edge, if you keep this one is a constant. So see here, this one is a load cell here. So this arrangement, this one is completely fixed here. So it means it will not move towards this direction, this direction. Of course, based on that length of the beam, length of the column, we can adjust this one with this screw. If you remove this one, if you lose it, and then it will move towards this direction, this direction. Okay, now already fixed here, all the four boards here fixed here, so that this edge, this end, it will not move. So here, these arrangements are there here. See this arrangement like this. So at these end conditions, we can keep this end conditions. Why? Because these columns is having four end conditions. What are the end conditions are? One is hinged. Second one is fixed. It means both ends are hinged, both ends are fixed. One end is fixed, another end is free, and one end is fixed, and another end is hinged. So these are the four cases. So on that four cases, different effective length will be there for the columns. That's why the standard case we are testing here. What is the standard case is both ends are hinged. So hinge means here we are arresting only this degrees of freedom here. Fixed means all degrees of freedoms at this both the ends arrest. Then we are calling this a fixed beam. Now see here, this is the beam. This is the column. We have to consider this column. We are fixing here. Here V slot is there. Here is one V slot is there. Here one V slot is there. So that this column it will not move towards this direction. So only movement will be there in this direction only. So we are fixing here. In between, we are fix it like that. So it means what is the end conditions here? This one see freely it is coming out. So on that slot, only we are fixed here like this. So just you are kept like that. So both nuts are tight like this. So freely see it is coming out here like this. Freely it is coming like this. So it means this condition we are calling as a both ends are hinged condition. Okay. Now see this end of the column. This end of the column here fixed here. So it means some students may confuse. See here the horizontal members are beams and vertical members are columns. Not like that. So beams and columns according to the definition, that is load application. How the load is applied. So it means if any structural member or any orientation, the loads are applied exactly perpendicular to the axis of the member. This is the axis of the member, exactly perpendicular to the axis of the member. If you apply the load, then this member is called beam. Now, if the loads are applied along the axis of the member like that, any orientation like this, that one is a column or strut. Okay, now see here. So we are fixing like this. It means both ends are hinged like that, and then we have to apply the load. To apply that load, here you have to rotate this wheel. If you rotate this wheel, what will happen? This complete setup will move towards this direction and the load will transfer here. But this end is fixed. This one is fixed here. Fixed means so hinge position only. But this support is not moving towards this direction. So the reaction will be there at this support. Okay. Now see how much load we are applied to see that one. Here loads are arranged here. So through that one here load digital load meter is there here. So this on digital load meter attached here. So this digital load meter you are switched on here, so that what is the force we are applying we can see here. Okay. So for that particular force, so now at force at initial condition on is there, it means 0 here. There is no force applied on that column. Now what I have to do here also we can hold this one for normalizing, that means 0. If you want to keep that one 0, you can press like that. So many arrangements are there here. Now if you apply this load, how deflection is taking place or how buckling is taking place, we have to find out the buckling. So it means loads are applying along the axis and deflection we are considering in lateral direction. So beam means we are applying the loads lateral direction, deflection also we are finding the lateral direction. That is the difference between the beams and columns. Now if you want to find out deflection in lateral direction, now we are applying the loads along the axis, finding the deflection along the lateral direction. So now see, to find out that lateral direction exactly at the center point. So why? Because we know that if both ends are hinged, so that the deflection will take place or buckling will take place, maximum buckling will take place exactly at center. So that's why see here from fixed now exactly at the center here. So this center point here, this is the center point here. So adjust the center point and then you have to tight it. Now it is fixed like this one it will not move like this, and then you have to fix this dial gauge like this. So while fixing, you have to take care. Why? Because this column we don't know in which direction it will buckle, either this direction or this direction. So this direction will buckle or this direction will buckle. So exactly straight column is there, so we don't know in which direction it will buckle. That's why. So in any direction it will take the load. Like that only you have to arrange. You have to set this dial gauge. Now switch on this dial gauge. Now it is showing 0 origin here 0. Now this position is 0. Now slowly you have to rotate this one. So here is 0. Now you have to rotate this one. If you rotate, load is applying on this column. Based on that load, according to that load application, so column will buckle. So how much buckling is taking place? This one you can find out here. See here, slowly applying load here. So 1 Newton like this applied. $15 applied, 20 newtons applied. Slowly rotate, you have to rotate the wheel and you have to see the how much load you are applied like this. Now see, this one is 20 newtons. You should see 20 newtons. So correspondingly, how much buckling is taking place here? See, this one is 0.29 mm. 0.29 mm. Next, this one is the first reading. Next, the second reading. Once again, slowly you have to apply force. You have to rotate this wheel like this slowly and up to 30 newtons or 40 newtons. Newtons applied. You see 30 newtons applied. So for that 30 newtons, what is the deflection here? It means transfer direction, that is 0.74. That is the second reading. And now apply 40 newtons. Slowly you have to adjust. Yeah, 40 newtons. So for that 40 newtons, what is the lateral deflection or buckling? That is 1.2 mm. Next, this is the third load. Next, 50 newtons or 60 newtons, you can take it. 60 newtons applied slowly. Oh, 60 newtons applied. So that is 1.82. 1.82. So like that, you have to apply at the different loads here. 70, 80, 90. Like that, you have to apply the loads. So you have to find out the deflection. Now because of this one, what is the, suppose 80, you see here 80 applied here. 80 applied. So for that 80, that is 3.24 mm deflection. Like this. Okay. So this one is the loading condition. Similar way, you have to unload it. Unload it means 80, next to 70, next to 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 0. So for that, you have to take the average and you can conclude this one. How it is for that particular load, how much lateral buckling is being placed for this length of the column. So by using this Euler's column, Euler's equation, that is critical load PCR pi square A by L square, where L is the effective length. So in this condition, that is both ends are hinged position. So in that hinged position, L equal to L, then this length of the beam you have to substitute in that. Then you can find out what is the crippling load. What is the crippling load means when that column is start buckling, that load is called crippling load. Then you can find out what is the exact load and all you can find out. Okay. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.